And when it was over, they caught up with one Micheal Thomas.
Saints fans excited to see number 13 back. I'm talking about wide receiver Micheal Thomas, and I had to laugh as you walked up. You asked us, where do I look? It's been a while since you've done this. How hard was it being away from this for close to 2 years and now being back?
It definitely was a challenge, but I always look forward to getting back out here and competing with this organization and helping this team win games and just adding my value to this team. I feel like it definitely was missed, and I'm just here to give my time and the things that I do well on this field to help this team win games.
Oh, you definitely were missed. I mean, everybody around here knows that. So with you being back, Saturday, I guess you guys ramped it up a little bit with you coming back. How did that feel? Was it a little bit different for you? And I heard you hit the ground a couple of times. So how was that transition of coming back?
Man, Coach still kept it limited, so it was a couple plays every team period, but it felt like once I started going, I wanted them to keep finding more plays and you just fall in love with it, the routine, making plays for this offense, moving the chains, helping out the quarterbacks, move the ball, and just helping this offense be as dynamic as everyone envisions it being. Just having an opportunity to work on that and come out here and be out there with the full group instead of just 7-on-7 or 1-on-1. It just the camaraderie, and we're building something special here. So I'm all in. So I felt really. I just wanted to keep going for real. So
some things are the same, Micheal. Some things have changed. What's it like getting the ball out from Jameis Winston versus Drew Brees? It's almost hard to compare apples and oranges. But what have you noticed about Jameis?
Well, it's the same, it's the same system. It's the same offensive coordinator. It's a lot of things that are still very similar to when Drew operated in this offense, but the best way to describe it is Jameis is taking on the challenge and putting full accountability and moving the chains too. And they're both playmakers. And at the end of the day, my job is to catch the ball and move the chains. And that's all I'm focused on, regardless of who's really back there. It's just a matter of when the ball comes to me, make the play and catching it and getting upfield.
Well, you guys have a veteran group of wide receivers around you, guys that have played a lot of football, and some that haven't played so much. But right now, Jarvis Landry, veteran guy, can do it all.
Yes, sir.
And Chris Olave from the Ohio State University, young guy. So how strong can this wide receiver group be? And what are the expectations for you guys coming into the season?
The expectations are very high. Elite level, elite receiver room, and, to add those guys, Jarvis, a technician, great leader on and off the field. Chris Olave coming from Ohio State, playing big-time ball and playing championship-level ball and, being addicted to winning up there. And that's kind of the standard where he's coming from. And all the other guys in the room they've contributed very well, too, and they're ready to make their splash and leave their mark, too. So the sky's the limit for our group, but our standard is to be elite wide receiver group.
Jay, did you hear what he just said? Addicted to winning, Chris Olave. And being from Ohio State, you're addicted to winning as well, I'm sure.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Well, and I know you're addicted to playing football.
Yeah.
I saw that you said, I'm not on a pitch count. I know you don't want to be on a pitch count.
Yeah.
You've been away from ball for a while. How much can we expect to see you in the preseason? I know that that's a Dennis Allen call.
Yeah.
But how much do you want to play in the preseason?
Whenever I can get out there and put on the Saints uniform and contribute and help us win games, when my number's called, I'll always be there. But that's definitely a DA question, and I trust him this whole process. He's been telling me what I need to do and what he's expecting out of me, and I've been delivering, and it's been working tremendously. So just sticking to that, taking coaching, and being there when my team needs me.
And I think probably what's probably excited a lot of people around here is, because you're on the ground a little bit, that gives you a chance to test your body. You're back at it today after an off day for the rest of the team. Did you feel okay?
Yeah, I definitely felt good. Credit to, Coach DA and our training staff here, just giving me a plan and just executing and dialing in and communicating very well. Coach preaches, communicating well how my body feels, and I feel like that's worked tremendously for me.
Hey, Micheal, I mean, today you look like you had never left.
Yes,
like
sir.
You really look like you were back into it and like you had been here the whole time. And you just spoke to something that I've been talking about, trust the process,
yes, sir.
Which is a term they use for Joel Embiid, you know, with the 76ers.
Yes, sir.
How important has that been for you? Because as athletes, we want to go. And sometimes it's hard to trust the process.
Yeah, that's something I had to learn through the whole process, was trusting the process. I feel like that's where I had to grow at. And I feel like now I understand it wholeheartedly. And then also just like, I feel like I'm also a type of guy that feeds off adversity, feeds off a challenge. I don't know, that's just kind of how I'm wired. Like, I like kind of when negative stuff, I kind of like feed off of it. I use it as a challenge. It adds more energy, a little bit more fuel to like my game and how I think. So I don't know, I was kind of just born like that, to where, you know, adversity is going to come. It's just all how you respond.
Well, here's the challenge there. No one's talking about you as the best receiver in football anymore. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do about that?
I mean, I've been here before, you know, so now I just got to go and do what I do, you know, catch the ball when it comes my way, on big downs, help this team move the ball, move the chains, get to more plays, add value, and I'm sure they'll pick up fast.
Okay, go on, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Before we let you go, I know a guy like you is a goal setter. What sort of goals have you set for yourself this season?
They're very, very high. I'm going to keep those to myself. I feel like I'm going to just go out there and I'm going to compete at a high level, and at the end, just have a big smile on my face.
And stay healthy.
Yeah, thank you, for
Always
sure.
good seeing you. Thank you for your time, Michael.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
All right, we come back. Welcome to Inside Training Camp Live, presented by Old Spice. We've had Andy Reid live on set. We've had Patrick Mahomes live on set. Now we've had Chris Jones live on set, a mainstay, one of the best interior pass rushers in all of football. Mooch, what do you think?
Hey, I've known this guy since like 2013 or something, when you were coming out of high school.
Correct.
Interesting.
He didn't seem like that when he walked up.
No, he didn't. He's been in the weight room a little bit, but Under Armour All-American football game, and he was on my team. He got a sack in that game. Yep. So I've known him for a long time, and proud of your career, man. College and pro. Good job.
I appreciate the kind words.
Thanks for coming on.
Well, Chris, there's some new faces surrounding you on this defensive line up front. Obviously, you're watching the draft. You get pass rusher in the first round. You got to be smiling ear to ear. George Karlaftis comes. You guys pick him from Purdue. What have you seen from the rookie so far? Because from what I'm hearing, he's bending your ear. He's talking to Frank Clark. He's talking to everybody. He's a sponge type of player. What have you seen from George so far?
He's definitely a sponge. High energy guy. Willing to learn, willing to listen. He has a motor, man. He has a motor. I thought I had a motor, but oh my God, those young legs, they're moving.
Yeah.
They're moving. But he's coming along well. I think he's going to be an exciting piece for our D-line. He's willing to learn, and we're trying to get 1% better every day.
1%.
1%.
Okay. So you came in here. You've been great since you were a youngster. Now you're not a youngster anymore. You're like the senior member of that. You and Frank Clark on that defense, right?
Easy.
And you,
easy.
yeah,
Hey, back off,
and
Mooch.
you mentioned my gray hair when you showed up here, but you know what? All these young, you're going to have a young defense, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going
And
to
you
be
mentioned
flying around.
Karlaftis and McDuffie, and you got Cook, and you got all these young guys that are going to be playing quite a bit on your defense.
Yeah.
What do they look like so far?
So far, we're looking good. You know, being able to play against Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid offense. I mean, it's challenging at days, but we've been very, very consistent, surprisingly. We've been very consistent on being active, getting to the quarterback, attacking our receivers, and flying around.
Do you
most
feel that's your
importantly.
responsibility to say, hey, this is how we practice, this is how we do things around here, because you've been here for a while?
Most importantly, I think the veterans should set the standard for this defense. You know, I've been to 3 AFC championships, 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years, so I know the standard on this defense and what it takes to get there.
A big part of that standard is making sure you guys get after all these quarterbacks in this, specifically in this division, with Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, Justin Herbert. You know about going after some of these guys. And Frank Clark kind of transformed himself this offseason. Is that an understatement? I saw him. He came up to me yesterday. I didn't even recognize Frank. What's your take on the new Frank Clark here?
He's completely transformed, man. He's completely transformed. I think he's cut down 35 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, he's pure muscle, a lean machine.
Okay, I like
but
that.
His speed rush is, his get off the ball right now is superior. He's flying around. I think he's good mentally right now. He's in a good space. And I'm excited to see Frank play this year. I think it's going to be special.
I love what you guys can do up front. I love that you have so much team speed behind you with the linebackers. We got Mooch.
Oh, y'all done heard about the story, huh?
What do you mean heard about
Heard a
it?
thing
We're
or
going to
two.
show America the story.
Buckle up.
All right, Aaron, what's his name? Bob the Bobcat?
I don't know.
It's Bob the Bobcat.
It was surprising.
Say hello. Huh? Have you
Looks friendly now.
We met.
You've met. So training camp's tough, right? It's
It is.
It's serious business.
All the
and
time,
it's no
24/7.
messing around.